Hello, true duelists. My name's Greg, and welcome to the new card report. The super secret last minute reveals from Phantom Nightmare are 90% of what my videos have been for this entire last month, to the point that I haven't even had time to make that video about the world's most casual purist post that I saw the other day that I was like, I could rant about that. Maybe I'll do it next week, we'll find out. In my defense, there's a new Spider-Man game out, and I'm getting the games going. No, I'm not. I'm talking about new cards, so let's do that. On to the new Raidraptor support coming out in Phantom Nightmare. There are 7 cards for Raidraptor this time round, or more accurately, the true form of birds. That is to say, drones and spies for the government, or simply spawns of the devil, whichever you'd prefer, as long as we all agree that they are evil and impure. So let's start with Raidraptor Noir Lanius. A level 4 dark-winged beast, just for a change of pace. This one has 1600 attack and 500 defense. It can also, during the turn it was normal or special summoned in the main phase, target a Raidraptor you control, and then add a Raidraptor from deck to hand with a different level from that target. And in the graveyard, it can banish itself to either increase or decrease the levels of all Raidraptors you control by 1. So basically it's Pain Lanius Turbo, or whatever that level 1's name was, that targeted a Raidraptor and then special summoned itself, and then took damage equal to its lowest stat, either attack or defense, and then copied its level. I played the deck in like 2015, so I'm out of touch, and out of time. But I'm out of my head when you're not around. And you know what else is out of the deck? This piece of shit. Am I right, Raidraptors? Maybe. I think this could be fun to get out some easier rank 3 or 5 plays for some funsies. There are rank 5s, but I think there are easier ways to go about them, or more ideal ways to go about getting out the rank 5s. I don't know. I'm just saying it doesn't look a whole lot like something I'd be playing, and I also don't really know what it looks like at all, because what the fuck is that visually? I have no clue. Raidraptor Bloom Vulture, on the other hand, is a real bird-looking thingy, and I appreciate that, because it allows me to more easily hate it. It's got the standard Raidraptor attribute and type and level, with 300 attack and 1900 defense. If you only control winged beast monsters, you can summon this card and one other Raidraptor from your hand onto your field. And alternatively, if you control no monsters and this card is in your grave, you can target 2 Raidraptors in your grave, including itself, and then summon them both out. Both of these effects are insane, and rightfully so, come with the stipulation that you can only use 1 effect and only once per turn, and if you do this, you will be locked into summoning only dark monsters for the rest of the turn. Well, that's just insane. Insanely good, because it summons 2 from the hand or 2 from the grave, and it doesn't negate any effects of what's being summoned, and it doubles as like both a starter and recovery if your board is broken. Absolutely and clearly a good card for the deck, no argument. And it doesn't even need to be the first play that you're doing when it's in the hand. If you just only have the winged beasts, you can just keep it for like an extender. My god. And it doesn't even lock in a truly prohibitive way, because yeah, there's a lock to it, but it's a lock that you can still summon access code and SP Little Knight under. Jeez, I came into my peripherals and scared the shit out of me. Little bug, oh, I'm gonna kill it soon. That's what the gun is for. Anyways, it's a lock that will allow you to summon SP Little Knight as well as access code. So is it really a lock at that point? You tell me. Fuck you, Fly. And because it's Raidraptor, you know we're getting plenty of Xyz and rank up shenanigans. So let's look at Raidraptor Rising Rebellion Falcon, a new rank 13, whose materials to summon are 5 level 13 winged beasts. Hence my mention of rank ups, because I don't even want to know what the YouTube combo video looks like that gets you 5 level 13 winged beasts to hard overlay into this thing. It's obviously a dark winged beast, and it's got 4000 attack and 3500 defense. On Xyz summon, it can destroy all cards the opponent controls, just boom for free. And if it has 3 Raidraptor Xyz monsters with different names as material, it'll also burn the opponent for damage equal to the attack of all destroyed monsters. It also can detach 3 materials to target a Raidraptor Xyz in your grave, and then have this effect become that monster's effect instead. Don't worry, Ultimate Falcon fans, because this too is unaffected by other card effects. Talk about a win con. And it possibly lets you yoink another Xyz effect without fear of interaction. What a sentence, but good luck Ash Blossoming this thing because you can't. It also looks dope, and is the second rank 13 in the game. The first one that will ever be meaningfully summoned, but the second one on technicality. Not too shabby. And there's even a new Xyz monster for you to try and copy the effects of, maybe. That's right, Raidraptor Brave Strix offers the same brave equals racist jokes that followed the adventurer archetype before it was officially translated, and is a rank 5 with 2,000 attack and 2,500 defense. It's only mostly looking like a Robo-Future Paradox Gliscor, more so than a bird to me. Like, I can see that it's an owl, but I'm getting Gliscor vibes. So it's okay, whatever. It just needs any 2 level 5s to summon. This can detach a material to set any Raidraptor spell or trap from your deck onto your field, and if it has a winged beast monster as a material, it can detach one to add a rank up spell from your deck to your hand, which is pretty insane. And lastly, it has the effect that while it itself is an Xyz material, it'll give the Xyz it's attached to the effect to gain attack equal to its rank times 100. So it'll give Bird God 1,300 attack when you rank up with this. That's a strong ass card. In real terms, it's 2 searches, and only one can be meaningfully Ash Blossomed, as in Ash Blossomed at all, because the first effect sets to the field. It also is another way to search up rank up spells apart from the Link monster, which is huge, because that's like the only thing that this deck does. And okay, yeah, it's not the only thing that this deck does, but don't look at me with your new rank 13 boss monster and be like, no, actually it is better when you do not rank up in Raidraptors, because that's not true, and this is just a damn good card. That's the real, message and moral to take away from it. I mean, maybe Noir Lanius isn't as useless as I first thought, especially when comboed with, free 2 summon from hand, boom 5, boom 2 search. Hey, what do you know? Playing Yu-Gi-Oh at that point, aren't we? Who knows? What I do know, though, is that it's time to move on to the spell and trap. Rise Rank Up Magic Raidraptor's Force is a hell of a mouthful, but it's also their new Rank Up Quick Play spell, with a hard once per turn. This can be used in either player's main phase or during the opponent's battle phase, and will target 2 Raidraptor Xyz on the field and or in the grave, with at least one of them having to be on the field. It'll then special summon a Raidraptor Xyz from your extra deck, whose rank is equal to the combined targeted Xyz monster's rank. The 2 targets will then be attached as material, and any material they might have had will also be transferred to the new Xyz. And that's really all it needs to do, isn't it? Being able to use monsters in the grave is great to be able to more easily get to that level 13 total as you link, climb, and detach and do things. And of course, being able to use the monster on the field means you can get that big new boss monster to have the 3 materials you want it to have. As simple as it is effective, as I so often like to say. And there's nothing else to say, because rank up spell art is as unoriginal as commenting Ussie on an MBT video, or saying Joel, or putting the Joel, Twitch chat spinning fish guy in Farfus chat, or perhaps a third joke that's overdone in a community and part of the Yu-Gi-Oh sphere of creators that we can all pretend is one that you watch, that one YouTuber or Twitch streamer that you really like. They're a niche inside joke that's beaten to death. We'll pretend I said that so that I can appear to be more relatable. Thanks. On to the next one. Raidraptor Roost is another spell for the deck, this one a continuous spell card. If you special summon a Raidraptor monster from your extra deck, this will let you search a Raidraptor spell or trap from your deck, which is very nice. And its other effect will let you target 3 Raidraptors that are in your grave and or banished, and put them on the bottom of the deck to let you draw a card. My god, advantage and recycling all in one card. You can get back your banished Mimicry, goddamn. Do we still play that card? I don't even know. More importantly, is that Mimicry in the art? Mimicry? Mimicry? I don't care. I don't care. I just want to know, is that really how it flies? Is that how that thing stays airborne? What the fuck? I hate that. Like, this card's solid, especially since you can set it off the new Brave Strix, and an easy access searcher 2 more searching is always a reliable thing to do. The draw is nice, and recycling for a grind game as you sit on a towers is nothing to complain about, but why the fuck does it fly like that? I can't explain to you how much that upsets me. I fucking hate it. Let's just look at the trap and call it a day. Raidraptor Barrage is a new normal trap with 2 effects, but you can only use 1 effect per turn and only once per turn. One effect will require you to control a Raidraptor monster to use, and will let you target a face-up card the opponent controls and negate its effects. But unless the Raidraptor you control is an Xyz monster, you'll only be able to target monsters with this effect. Conditional imperm, but with a little more. A little more. Okay, not terrible. The second effect is a simple banish itself from the grave to then target a Raidraptor that's banished or in your grave, and add it back to your hand. As is tradition, the trap is the least remarkable, but that does not mean bad by any stretch of the word. There's plenty here to search out this card, so it's not a bad to include as a one-of for your going first build-a-board strategy. And an extra bit of disruption is never something to complain about when otherwise your plan is Towers Turbo. Matter of fact, it's interesting because if you can get the Raidraptor's Xyz going first, then you have a card that's worded the same way that Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss is. That is, to negate a face-up card, which can be used in response to, say, Dark Ruler No More. Now, does it matter if they play Dark Ruler No More when you're running Towers? I don't know, but it doesn't hurt to have. It's never a bad thing to have options, you know? All in all, it's by no means a terrible wave of support. Godbird is about the only way to give them a new boss monster, because if they're going to be trying to one-up a Towers, it should probably also be a Towers. The question is, did Raidraptors need another Towers? I think there's an argument to be made that it didn't, but the new support does at least come with plenty of means to search out things, most notably a new rank-up spell with Raidraptor in the name, which is not a bad thing at all. They very much have wanted that for quite some time. There are at least things to do going first beyond Towers Turbo, and Bloom Vulture is just an insanely solid card. Not a bad collection of cards by any stretch, and again, they help expose the true form of birds on this earth, which I will always advocate for due to the fact that I hate them. Because, you know, birds are evil. And if you disagree with me, look at a Fluonderese player, and hey, look at that, and I've just been proven right. So that'll wrap it up for this new card report. Just covering some new cards and birdies in this one, the regular update we went on Friday as usual. Until then, I'm Greg. And thanks for watching. Thanks to LIFD for the sponsor, of course, allowing me to show off my old Raidraptor cards from back when I played and I was facing PK Fire and I used Torrential against 3 monsters and his board ended on 4. Explain that. It can't be done. It cannot be done. I looked at that and said, why is Torrential even limited at this point? And then Konami rectified that a year or two later. I haven't made a single card history on Torrential yet. I don't know when I got on bid. The point is, now that I'm not playing them, I'm displaying them. And you can display whatever it is you'd like to display as well by using promo code YGOStrats15 at the checkout or by clicking the link in the description of this video. Thanks to LIFD for the support as always, and of course thank you for watching. The regular update's out on Friday. Can't remember if I said that or not, but I do know that I haven't told you to hit that subscribe button to impress your smoking Italian wife, so you can become a true duelist, and so that I can continue to shoot flies on screen like an absolute psychopath.